Hi, the point of this video is to show how to define a function in R using RStudio. So I have the code editing window in my screen, and we're going to define a function to compute the skew. Alright, here's my Wikipedia page defining the sample skewness. Xi is my sample, X bar is its mean, so I'm going to take a difference, cube it, add it, divide by 1 over n, something similar down here where I'm going to square the differences, take the 3/2 power after dividing by 1 over n. So let's see if we can't get that straight. So imagine we have a value of x. We're going to look at the centered values, and they're going to be x minus mean of x. Okay? And we're going to use that a couple times. We're going to cube it, sum it, and over the length of x. So let's define n to be the length of x. And we'll say top is equal to, what do we have to do? We have to sum centered cubed over n. Let's just check. Sum of the centered cubed over n. Okay? And the bottom is, I'm going to take sum of centered squared over n raised to the 3/2 power. And our answer would be top over bottom. Okay, and just check. Sum of the centered squared over n to the 3/2 power. So we have top over bottom. That should be this so-called sample skewness as given by Wikipedia. Alright, so that's a math formula. What we're going to do is turn this into a function. Okay, now it turns out that RStudio has a magic wand to do this. I'm going to illustrate. It's not too hard to do. We take this and we do here's our magic wand. Extract function. And we're going to give it a function name. Let's call it skew. That's off screen so you don't see it. And it gets magically decorated. So let's see what happens here. We have a name, skew. That's optional. We have a keyword, function. That defines the object. It's a constructor in some ways. It says this thing that we're making is going to be a function object. It's got an input value x, and x is parameterizing this body of the function, which is demarcated here by curly braces. If you only have one line in your function, you don't need the curly braces, but it's a good idea to use them anyway. What does that happens to x? Well, it does this calculation, and then we get it top over bottom, and R will return the last thing evaluated in the function body. If you want to make that explicit, you can add a return statement. Okay, so this function is good. We could copy and paste this into our R session within RStudio. You can put it on the file system and have it sourced into R when you save it. We'll go ahead and do that. And we're going to give this guy a name. So we click the little save button. And off screen again, let me break this down for you. We're going to call this skew.capital R. I like capital R, so I'm like little r. And it gets sourced into my R session. And let me drag that over so you can actually see. And you can check if it works. What's the skew of R norm of 100? It should be close to 0 because it's a symmetric distribution. And let's say that's close to 0. Okay, that's all I wanted to show. It's how to make a function. And the key parts are, again, function keyword, the input values, in this case there's just one, function body, the return value, which is typically the last expression evaluated, but in this case we explicitly return it, and then an optional